Special thank you to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel and supporting my content. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back. Not to a subreddit video today, but very close to one. I was recently asked by someone in the comments if I would consider taking a look at a website called Lemmy and Lemmy Communities, which from what I can gather is very, very similar to subreddits and Reddit in general. And the reason they mentioned this is that with the growing reaction to Reddit, I guess, with this growing opinion of the people that own Reddit and the way the platform is being ran, a lot of people are leaving Reddit, and Lemmy is a place that a lot of people are leaving too. So I thought I would take a look, and I'm taking a look specifically at a Lemmy community that exists on Reddit called Unpopular Opinion. I've done a couple of videos on it in the past because I think this is the best way to compare, is to see that, like, yeah, these people are using this exactly the same as Reddit, except it's not run by the people that run Reddit, you know? I'm gonna talk a little bit about Lemmy for a second, just before we begin. I'll have like YouTube chapters so that you can skip to the actual posts if you want, but essentially Lemmy is Reddit in how it's laid out and everything. I will say it's not as attractively laid out as Reddit, you know, and that, to be fair, it's new and it's not got the budget Reddit does, so that is by no means surprising. Like, that's something that over time will be improved. But yeah, it's not quite got the layout of Reddit. It's not quite got the sleekness, I guess. I haven't used that app, so I don't know what it's like. But other than that, I mean, it was pretty straightforward to use. It was fairly easy to make an account for and everything. Like, yeah, I mean, it's basically Reddit. Like, and I may have also made a Blue the Nerd Lemmy community, because of course I did, and it did actually get a subscriber really fast. I wonder if it's got any more, in fact. I don't know why someone joined it so fast, but someone did. One small gripe I have with it, which is so incredibly minor, is that it does seem to make me log into my Lemmy account every time I go to the website, but quite minor. It remembers my login details. Wow, we're on to 7 subscribers on this community now. It's catching up with my Reddit one. Don't know why. I made it today. Anyway, enough rambling about Lemmy. It's basically Reddit, and if Reddit goes under, then I will continue making videos using this website. That's all I wanted to say. Let's get into the community, shall we? So to start it off, the opinion that white chocolate is better than dark chocolate, and I'm tired of pretending it's not. The flavor and the texture are so much better than those bitter dark chocolate bars. It's just incorrect. Leo's currently nodding in agreement, but he is also wrong. White chocolate isn't chocolate. So no, it's not. It doesn't contain cocoa powder. It contains cocoa butter, but it has no solid chocolate in it. It is sugar, milk, and cocoa butter. It's not even chocolate.
Oh yeah. It has no cocoa solids, but isn't cocoa butter just cocoa liquid?
It's not chocolate. It's not.
I think it's better than dark chocolate. Just tastes.
No, dark chocolate is one of the best forms of chocolate. It is one of the purest forms of chocolate, in fact. And milk chocolate, the most commonly accepted version of chocolate, is also better than white chocolate. White chocolate is the worst form of chocolate. I think white chocolate is the worst form of chocolate, especially compounded by the fact that it's not even real chocolate. So we're off to a good start with unpopular opinions, because it's an unpopular opinion that I think is just downright incorrect, shouldn't be considered an opinion. It is just objective wrong, and I will die on this hill. Greed has proven to be a more effectively harmful force against humanity than hatred. We should have greed crimes in addition to hate crimes. Hatred often makes you want to hurt people, but people hurt people in the name of greed more often, and not only with less potential for guilt, but it is often the cause of delusional accolades and reassurance both from within oneself and from others. Hypothetical: a CEO lays off 10,000 employees. That helps that company succeed solely to increase earnings and not because the company is hurting. Not only seriously hurting 9,997 people, but causing 3 to commit suicide. A bumpkin gets in a fight with someone he hates the melanin of because he's a moron and kills them. Who did more damage to humanity that day? They're both, I want to say, evil, but evil is subjective. They're both highly antisocial, knowingly harmful behaviors, yet one correctly sends you to prison for a long time, if not forever, while the other, far more premeditated and quite literally calculated act, is literally rewarded and partied about. Jim Cramer gives you a shout out on TV. Good f***ing times, am I right? Edit. And this felt relevant to post after someone tried to lecture me about equating layoffs to murder. Coca-Cola killed trade unionists in Latin America. General Motors built vehicles known to catch fire. Tobacco companies suppressed cancer research, and Boeing knew that its planes were dangerous. Corporations don't care if they kill people as long as it's profitable. I do actually agree with this. I think a big part of this comes down to what should be acceptable practices for businesses with regulations and such. But yeah, greed is an inherently harmful practice. Greed is what causes there to be so much poverty in the world. Greed is what causes things like the American healthcare system to exist. Greed is a massive fundamental problem with humanity that we don't punish. I mean, there is a reason that every Abrahamic religion has greed as one of the 7 deadly sins, even though a lot of people that preach those religions will try and ignore that fact and tell you otherwise. Greed is a huge problem. So yeah, I mean, it should be treated as a crime. In fact, greed-based hate crimes could even be considered a thing. Yeah. Not everything needs an app. I have an app for programming my chicken coop. My 401k company just created an app for onboarding new participants. These should have been mobile-friendly web pages. I agree. I feel like this isn't actually an unpopular opinion. This is just something that corporations are doing that no one wants. But like, I shouldn't have to download an app for every restaurant and cafe I walk into. Like, no one wants to have 15 apps for different food places. Just create a website that is actually a good website. Or, right, what if one company makes an app that every cafe can then just put their menu onto, so you only need one app for everywhere? There's so many better solutions than everywhere making their own apps that no one wants. Pineapple pizza is the best pizza ever. So this is another one of those very controversial opinions that my opinion is pineapple pizza is mid. I will eat pineapple pizza if it's presented to me, but I won't order it. I am a firm believer that everybody that has a really firm stance against pineapple on pizza just wants to be special. No one that actually cares about things cares if someone enjoys pineapple on pizza. But also, we eat so many savory and sweet foods together. I mean, pork and apple is a really common food combination. Why is pineapple on pizza considered terrible by so many people? It's just mid. Like, people can enjoy that. Let people enjoy that. Why does it matter? The whole pineapple pizza argument is the dumbest argument. It's stupid. Funko Pops are this generation's Beanie Babies. I was at SDCC this year and I was amazed at how many booths had Funko Pops, which was about 20 to 30% of the booths, and there was a line for the Funko area, jam-packed with people. I overheard people saying they found some rare ones or newly released that were hard to find. A few years ago, someone bought me a Squirtle Funko Pop, since Squirtle is the best, and I opened it and took it out of the box. They proceeded to freak out that I ruined its value by taking it out of the box. I mean, if you want it out of its box, like, don't let anyone tell you not to do that. We have Funko Pops out of boxes behind me on shelves and stuff. Like, I want to put them on display. I like Funko Pops. I think they're fun and cute, and I'm not like super collecting them for their future value. I'm collecting them because I like having them on display. The one Funko Pop practice I don't agree with is the garbage repaints that they market as being rare. I mean, I have a Valentine's, I point the wrong way. I have a Valentine's Mando, but that's not like just a repaint. It's detailed. It's got different shades of pink, and I kind of like Barbie Mando. But like, when me and Leo went into a nerd shop and they had a rare Fennec Shand that was just Fennec Shand, but painted in just one shade of red. All they did was just paint it red, and they market it as rare and sell it for more. Like, repaints have been a plague upon collector items for so long. Back in the day of like fucking Go-Go's Crazy Bones, you had repaints that were rarer, which were the exact same item but painted a different color. Like, it's artificial rarity with the purpose of selling them for more, and it's shit. No one wants a block color painted red Fennec Shand, and why is that rarer and worth more than a Fennec Shand with actual detail? That's stupid. But anyway, I like Funko Pops, but I don't care about lowering their value by taking it out of the box. We have done that. Public marriage proposals aren't romantic, they're a form of coercion. This one actually came with like a full paragraph that they copy pasted from an article about this, which I'm not gonna read out because I'm lazy, but I think this is a yes and no. I mean, it's really difficult to say no to a proposal proposal if someone's proposing to you in front of a crowd that contains family and friends. Like, that's gonna suck. But also, I think the grand gesture of big marriage proposals is still fun and cool. Like, I think you just need to be like solid in that you are in fact definitely getting married. It should be a conversation that you have had. You should make sure that your partner is comfy with those kind of proposals and you've discussed getting married before, and know that if you propose to them, you're not making them uncomfortable or pressuring them, then it's okay. But like, if you have a partner that has really severe anxiety and you propose to them with a massive proposal in front of loads of other people, that's kind of unfair on that person. So I agree with this, like 50-50. It really depends on the person and the scenario. Room temperature soda is best. I deliberately warm up my soda if it's cold. So congratulations on making the most unpopular opinion you could have presented. Like, I actually, of all of these, this is the only one I upvoted, because I can only imagine that this was made by Satan or like a psychopath. Like, I would not trust this person if I met them with anything. This, I don't know, just this one right here, officer. This person warms up their soda. What? And then I have this one followed up with, the ends of a loaf of bread are the best parts. They have the most crust and therefore the most flavor. These are amazing for French toast. And like, if we're talking regular loaves of bread, like just a regular soft loaf of bread, then no, I disagree. They're good for toast and good for frying, sure, kinda. They're probably the best part for croutons, but for like every other purpose, give me that middle slice. However, if we are talking tiger bread or baguettes, then those end crusts, oh, chef kiss. If we're talking those like garlic bread baguettes, the end bits, oh, love them. They're crunchy and great. Love them. The end bits of baguettes, tiger bread, and like garlic baguettes are great. Perfect. Love them. I mean, I still like the middle bits, but the crusts are great. On a regular loaf of bread though, it's just dry and it's tougher than the rest of the bread, and it's just not as fun. You're irrelevant. I'm irrelevant. We're going to die, and most of us will die in obscurity. I'm just gonna like, I'm gonna jump cut to like, I'm gone and the chair's just like spinning. I think that's a funny bit. No, but in all honesty, this one, once again, this had a whole paragraph that I'm not going to read. I'll give you this one, but like the whole thing reads like a 14-year-old that has just discovered nihilism. That's all this really was. It doesn't matter if you're irrelevant or not. It doesn't matter if you have a social following. Like, no one gives a shit. Like, but your actions do have impacts. The whole thing they've said is like, oh, it doesn't, you have no impact on any of the lives around you and nothing matters. And like, okay, first of all, is it really an unpopular opinion if it's just nihilism, which is like an entire social philosophical study with books and university studies and degrees based on it? It's just a that's not an unpopular opinion, really. But also, this is just not true. You have impacts on those around you, regardless of whether you're famous on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or not. Like, everybody has a moment they remember from when a random stranger did something nice or said something nice to them. Everyone has a moment like that. You being nice to someone has an impact on your life. You being horrible to someone can ruin their day. You have impacts. Your life matters, and the way you treat other people matters. And this person's entire opinion about nothing matters and nothing you do to others makes a difference is just wrong. And like, it completely ignores chaos theory, a scientific study on how very small things make very big impacts. It's just wrong. I wouldn't even call this an opinion, it's just someone being edgy on the internet. And the final post. Controller over keyboard. Controllers are so much better for gaming than keyboard and mouse. It's much more comfortable, and the only reason to play keyboard is for competitive players. This is another one of those things that it's like yes and no, okay? Because context matters. I don't know why people ignore context, okay? Because it really depends on the game you're playing. If I'm playing a real-time strategy, or even a game like Civilization, like a strategy game, or a city builder like City Skylines or Planet Coaster, or any game like that, a keyboard and mouse is infinitely better than a controller, like in every way you can imagine. If I'm playing an FPS, a keyboard and mouse gives you more precision and more control. If I'm playing a hack and slash, if I'm playing Assassin's Creed, or I'm playing Shadow of Mordor, or if I'm playing Elden Ring, I couldn't remember the name of it then, or if I'm playing Devil May Cry or Dark Souls, then then yeah, controllers are better. For most third-person games, controllers feel more fluid and nice to use than a keyboard and mouse. If I'm playing an FPS or a strategy game, a keyboard is better. It's all context. You can't just be like one is better than the other. There are better uses for each, you know? So saying controller is better than keyboard as a definitive statement, I would disagree with. I would say that's an unpopular opinion. There's a balance. There's a real balance. And that's where I'm going to end the video. So yeah, Lemmy is a interesting site that basically just seems to be Reddit. My camera is now focusing on the background for some reason. My face is over here, camera. Thank you. If you want to go follow my Lemmy community, I have one now. You can go post stuff on it, I guess. No one posts anything on my Reddit one, so I don't know if my Lemmy one will be any different, but it exists. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you would like to support me in making more content like this, then I have a Patreon in the description down below, or equally, you can click on that join button on the channel to support me. It helps a lot more than you might realize, but by no means should you feel like you have to. I'm going to keep making content regardless. Special thank you to all of the YouTube members and patrons that do support the channel. All of you are incredible, wonderful, amazing people, and it helps an unbelievable amount. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed this foray into another platform, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.